All right, should we do a little news?
Let's do it. Let's do it on that sour note. Amazon, hey, we live in the future, will now employ more robots than humans as 1 million machines toil across facilities.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Amazon will soon use more robots in its warehouses than human employees, with more than 1 million machines deployed across the facility. I just said that. Many of the robots cover heavy lifting and warehouse work, picking up items and picking them down from tall shelves, moving goods around. Yeah, more robots.
Well, look, everything is a robot, and people don't really think about it. But let me blow your minds.
Nice. All right.
Blow your minds. In a way, a donkey is a robot, and a horse is a robot, a camel's a robot.
But they're living.
But someone has to feed them.
I know, but basically what man has done for 1 million years is they're like, we got all those logs and we got to move them.
Yeah.
I don't want to take 10 dudes and try to drag the log, but I'll get one elephant and hook the log up to the elephant and have the elephant drag the log out of there.
Outsource.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have 20 dudes walk in a circle endlessly with this mill grist and grist. Well, I'll get some donkeys to go in a circle and do it. And so we kind of went, we'll just use stuff, And then like when you think, when you go Malibu, where I go, and they're cleaning up after the fire, they got these long arm excavators. They park them on top of the hill and they go all the way down and they clean all the junk off, all the burnt debris on the side of the hill. You can get 20 people to do it, but they got to go down and drag the shit up. So you got one dude
doing it,
and he's in a robot. You got one guy's operating a robot that's doing the work of 50 guys.
Yeah.
So then we go, what about robots? It's like, well, we got a robot. We got a guy driving an 18-wheeler. It's got 200 tons of shit in the back, and there's just one dude with a GED driving that thing to Kentucky, and it's not us carrying it. It's a robot, and eventually we'll get rid of the one dude.
Yeah.
That's the way it's going to work.
That's coming now.
We already got rid of 1,000 people, and then we got rid of 200 donkeys, and now we got one dude.
Yeah.
And now we're going to get rid of the one dude. But that's the evolution.
Yeah.
Right.
Terminator robots don't piss in bottles.
That's a good point. And UPS drivers do.
Yeah.
Yes,
And Amazon, too, they're notorious for it because they try to, milk every last drop out of the human workers they can. And so guys have to pee in bottles during their shift.
It's a
whole cultural revolution.
I've found
gross.
so many piss bottles.
Gross.
Listen to me, you fucking animals. If you want to piss in a bottle, that's your fucking business, but do not throw it out on the side of my street.
That's disgusting.
Oh,
Ew.
it's all over the place.
It's in Malibu?
Not as much, but I've seen it a lot. I went from 0 piss bottles to a lot of piss bottles, and I was asking,
that's so gross.
Who's filling the piss bottles, and what is this scourge? Where's this come from? And somebody said it's all the delivery guys.
It's the traffic.
It's the traffic. No, look, listen. Listen to me.
Yes.
An airplane, airplanes and cruise ships have to collect their septic shit, and then they have to deal with it appropriately. They don't just dump it on your roof or into the ocean. I mean, they used to, but the point is they're responsible for it. UPS, Amazon, if you got 200,000 trucks driving around, you got to put a little latrine in there, and you got to fucking deal with it, because there's no bathrooms to use, not in L.A. Nobody's going to let you, no gas station lets you use, no restaurant. You can't use any bathrooms in L.A.
Yeah.
So these guys are out on an 11-hour shift. They're drinking their fucking Monster Energy drink.
Yeah,
Come on now.
Yeah, well, they're trying to get rid of that. At this 3 million square foot facility in Shreveport, Louisiana.
3 million.
Yeah, it's a big,
Does anyone
big warehouse.
know? I mean, if anyone sees a 10,000 square foot warehouse, you go, that's a big warehouse. And if you see a 50,000 square foot, you go, holy shit, 50,000.
Yeah, they have
3 million.
They have more than 6 dozen robotic arms that sort and stack millions of items. So it's a really automated facility for the most part.
And can I say this?
Yeah.
People are always like, but do you trust a robot? You know, like, do you really want an automated truck? Do you want somebody making decisions or working this or whatever? On the way here, I had a 15-minute discussion with Mike August about interviewing Sammy the Bull Gravano. And I said, he's coming in today? Yeah, he's in. I go, oh, I didn't see him on the schedule. Oh, yeah, he's in. Sammy the Bull's in. And I had a long talk about what we're going to talk about. And then I came in and I went, Sammy the Bull's coming in? And they went, no, he's coming in next week. And I thought, oh, yeah, that's all I do with Mike is have retarded conversations where he's wrong about shit. And then I realized people go, you really want a robot working on the schedule? It's like, well, I'll tell you what we got now. We got fucking people. Yesterday I was like, was on the phone with my assistant. I was like, show starts at noon today? She said, no, it starts at 1. I go, oh, I think I got an email. So it started at noon. No, it starts at 1. It's on the thing. I put on the email. I go, no. I swear I just read an email. It said start at noon. No, it's 1 o'clock. I go, oh, yeah, I got the email. It says noon. Now it's at 1. I go, okay. So the point is who are we comparing the robots to? Our merry band of fuck-ups who just fuck up everything like all the time, like every time. There's the dates on there. July 11th and 12th, Covina, Laugh Factory, 2 shows, and then it says Zanies. Yesterday it said 2 shows at Zanies and Rosemont. No, not 2 shows. No second show added. That was Mike telling Andrew. But he misunderstood. Mike misspoke. So what do we compare? I will tell you all the humans and all the fuck ups all day, every day with simple, stupid shit all the time. So I'll trust a robot. I trust a robot.
I saw a moment in the street where like I was parked and it was a crosswalk and a person was walking and a robot was walking. You know, one of those delivery robots. And the person was looking down at their phone, and the robot went around the person.
That's what I'm saying.
And I was like, now we're dumber.
They're
We're officially dumber.
Yeah. I'm just saying we fuck up all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens to me all day, every day, where people go, I thought you said no, the wrong date, or the wrong time, or the wrong whatever. It's like you didn't. It's like that's all it is. It's a never-ending succession of miscommunications and screw-ups. In a mostly connected to Mike, but I would say in like a 21-hour period, we had Sammy the Bull Gravano, we had a different starting time, and we had a second show added that was never added in Rosemont in a 14-hour period. Like that's 3 fuck-ups in 14 hours. Like it's all day, every day.
Yeah.
I don't care that much, but don't worry about robots.
Right.
I guarantee they'll be better than us.
Well, you could also argue that people are getting dumber because of robots.
Yes.
You know, that people are becoming more like robots because we're relying so much on the phones and the other things.
Yes, we've lost our ability to concentrate.
Yeah, so you could argue that too.
I'm arguing that.
And that's what I was arguing.
No, my phone thinks for me. I do what ChatGPT tells me.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and listen to some sheep-stealing bitch. Fucking attack me in my own studio. You weren't even supposed to be here today. Sammy the Bull was supposed to be here.
Oh, this is not Sammy?
No,
I'm going to talk to ChatGPT about
All right,
this.
you guys want to keep being pissed off at AI? Here you go. Hertz customers outraged over AI-powered scanner that detects small marks and charges hundreds of dollars, including $440 for a 1-inch scuff. Yeah, Hertz customers are complaining. Yeah, and it's a nightmare because they can check every square inch of the car for any scuff or mark and then charge you a bunch of money for it.
I don't understand the rental car business. It just feels like I feel like an insane business to be in. Like lending people, fucking people are horrible, and you give them their cars.
They're the crankiest people too who like work at those places.
Yes.
They're never friendly.
No, well, you're doing rental car stuff at an airport. Like, what did you ever dream of that as a youth? You know, like one day
I'm gonna work at Hertz.
I'm gonna be at Burbank manning the Alamo kiosk. You know what I mean? Like it's like
that's so depressing.
It's and every part of it is depressing because you could be the person who just first off all you do is talk to disappointed people.
Yeah.
Like they go,
is that the car?
We had an Escalade reserve, yeah, but it's a first come, first serve, and all we have is a Daihatsu Charade. Well, I have 6 kids. Well, sir, we don't have a firm reservation policy. If we had an Escalade available, we could give you one, but we don't have one. And then there's like some weird conversation. Tim, when's the Escalade coming back? Okay. Well, if you can wait till Wednesday, we have a Daihatsu Charade right now. And the person's like, God damn it. You know, like it's all, and then you're the person who cleans the car out there. Or you're the person who stands there like a drop off, getting shit out of the car. The people left fast food. Or like waving people in. And they're always at their worst because they're trying to make their flight. They got their fucking kids and the wives yelling at the husband and stuff. And you just sit there and suck in carbon monoxide. That fucking lifeless zone.
So now do you have some sympathy for these people working there?
No, now we need now I see the argument for robots because they should take over jobs like that.
Yeah, and they just stand there.
Yeah, here's your car. There's your car.
And then there's a guy who works the booth.
Here's your car. There's your car.
Yeah.
Let me vacuum.
They work the booth where you're checking out, you know, and they always want something you don't have. Like, do you have the code? Do you have your Hertz code on you? And you're like, I didn't book the car. My assistant booked. Did they give you the code? I can't let you. And there's people lining up behind you, you know, and they went, here's my driver's. Like, yeah, we need the exit code or whatever. And then you're like, pull over, just pull here and I'll get my supervisor. It's all one big shit show.
Yeah.
There's no good part of that job.
Invalid input.
Yeah.
You forgot to fill up. That'll be $7,000.
The only person that had a great car rental job was OJ.
Yeah.
OJ.
Sprinting
he
through
had a job renting cars?
Oh, yeah.
Sprinting through the airport, getting
Pull
to
it
the
up.
Hertz rent-a-car.
Yeah,
you mean, I've seen that commercial.
The juice is loose.
The commercial where he runs?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Where he runs. Yes.
That's all I remember is he's running.
He's
a
running.
white Bronco.
He's running.
This was his peak of his career.
Yeah.
This was when he was at the top.
Yeah.
I think of the Naked Gun movies.
Yeah, and they got the old lady
this
going,
is the beginning.
This is
the
Nobody
beginning.
does it better than Hertz.
Nobody does.
Wow, they cleared the song.
That is a good commercial. Oh, they're all hot.
They should be good-looking people
they're
in commercials. Now there's just crying terrorists. The gay guys who love sheep.
What it takes to rid you of Fairmont, Mustang,
Yeah,
LTD, or other
these were the
fine
good
car
old days. You know it.
All I did was watch commercials about travel from the hot box, shit box I grew up in North Hollywood, and nobody traveled in my family. No one had a credit card. No one went anywhere. We just sat there, just like poor people, just hot, just sit and sweat in this box.
Yeah.
But I would see commercials, and the commercials were these commercials for like TWA and all these Continental Airlines, and a lot of them would have the pub upstairs on the 747s, and they have a serving cart where they're pushing like roast beef through the thing.
Yeah.
The stewardesses are hot.
Yeah.
And I'm getting like a martini in a brandy snifter, and I'm getting some, I like mine extra rare, you know, like sitting back, slapping the hot stewardess on the ass. High five with OJ down at the airport, you know. And I was like, oh my God, this travel.
Yes, it looks so fancy.
Now I'm fucking mashed in the center seat in a Southwest flight, and I got some she, tranny stewardess going, sir, we don't serve peanuts anymore. We have pretzel sticks. And I'm like, could I get a Miller Lite? Sir, we don't serve alcohol. This is a short hop. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's
my
miserable.
whole life, all I did was sit around and go, one day I shall travel this international world of intrigue with all the beautiful people and the fine cutlery.
No, it's awful now.
Here's your spork in your hummus box.
Yeah, there was. I sat with a woman who hadn't traveled in a long time, and she seemed shell shocked.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, there used to just be 2 seats. in a row.
Morbidly obese black women beating the shit out of each other in the back of the plane. It's awesome.
Well, I'm glad you guys brought up travel.
It's the worst.
The next story is about a man convicted as posing as a flight attendant to score over 120 free flights.
Oh,
guy, Tyron Alexander was convicted of wire fraud and entering secure areas of an airport under false pretenses. So this guy, what basically he was doing was hacking the system. He posed as a flight attendant. He would get to the back room, use the right code to be able to hop on free flights, and flew 34 times on one airline, claiming to be a flight attendant, falsifying employment with 7 airlines, and submitting 30 different badge numbers, prosecutors said in a press release. Yeah, he got away with it for a while.
Eventually, they got suspicious when he wasn't being a douche to everyone on the flight. And they're like, something's up with this guy.
He was actually serving them.
He's actually being polite.
Well, there was one story of him out in Burbank. He actually got on a flight and got a first-class ticket and bumped Adam Carolla to the back, making him sell his merch.
To me. The screen says this is a key plot point to the movie Tommy Boy.
Oh, it is? I didn't know that.
That's correct. They couldn't get on their flight to Chicago.
They couldn't get on their flight to Chicago, so they posed as stewardess.
He did an old Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy. I forgot that part.
Wasn't there a Leonardo DiCaprio movie where he...
Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, Catch Me If You Can.
And he just pretended to be a captain.
A pilot,
and would,
right?
Go everywhere.
Did you guys see the rehearsal with Nathan Fielder?
Yeah.
No.
No?
What?
Well,
the rehearsal?
He goes through the whole...
What year did it come
brilliant
out?
show. Just recently,
This year.
Well, you say show or movie?
Show.
It's a show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. A series.
Yeah, a series with Nathan Fielder where he
What's it on?
Max.
Yeah, HBO.
Yeah, he's brilliant. Like he
It's
did
a
a
pretty
whole
interesting-
thing.
Nathan Fielder.
Well, he had a theory
Nathan for you.
that a lot of crashes are caused because the co-pilot and the pilot don't communicate. And so he went through this whole, but he got obsessed with it, so obsessed that he became a pilot on the show just to prove his point. And it's pretty crazy.
It's masterful.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
Well, now, so it's a doc series?
Sort of.
It's hard to, it's like its own genre.
Well, Nathan For You was his original show. What he does a kind of a bit of trolling where he puts you in this situation where you have to figure it out. And every one of his bits, so I have this similar through line where he's sort of doing something, I don't know, not exactly above board, but it's a gray area.
His whole point is that you can rehearse life.
Yes.
So he puts people in situations where they can actually rehearse a real life situation. So then he takes it to the extreme where now it's pilots rehearsing, but he puts them through the gamut of different experiments to try to get them to communicate, including having them judge an American Idol type competition so they can get better at communicating with rejection and things like that. But he's trying to pass a bill basically to increase communication with pilots and co-pilots.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's actually really interesting. I'd recommend it.
Yeah, it's good.
I got to see the trailer. Find
and
the trailer
he becomes
for
a
it.
pilot
He does,
on the show.
I know.
But he's not allowed to fly. He's not a commercial pilot.
He becomes a commercial pilot so that he can fly all these actors one flight.
But not a commercial pilot.
I think he becomes a commercial pilot.
I don't know.
Because I think you have to be a commercial pilot in order to fly over a certain number of people.
Oh, well, that's true.
So I
That's
think
true.
he actually becomes a commercial pilot, and he gets HBO to pay for the whole thing, which is also kind of funny.
Yeah.
It gets them to pay for his schooling.
Way to work the system.
And then he also kind of finds out he's autistic in the process.
Aren't we all?
Right? Because he has a lot of trouble learning, but he sticks to it. And
well, let's see if there's a trailer.
Yeah.
I'm
surprised you haven't heard of him. Actually has a mission.
It's like a prank show, but the prank is so huge and elaborate that it's not really a prank anymore.
Right. It's actually he buys into his own mission, basically.
Yes.
If I got a whole bunch of pilots together and we're going to do some acting exercise, I would get that Volvo script and I would have them sit alone in the cockpit and I'd say you're
really
flying to your daughter's wedding.
Yes.
And your wife is dead.
Look all forlorn.
She died in a commercial airline accident.
But you'd have to have them working with the co-pilot on the audition, like what we were doing.
Right,
like
right.
Now try to get a good performance out of him.
That would work.
Yeah, that would be the communication.
All right, Mayhem, you got one more?
Well, I got one more. Yeah, there's a single dose of magic mushrooms. They say it provides 5 years of depression relief.
Really?
Yeah, the research, a new study say 67% of depressed patients still in remission long after treatment, but expert urge caution. Excuse me.
What's wrong with everyone? What? I don't get everyone. Everyone's got anxiety. Everyone's telling me
I'm going to tell you, it's FOMO and weird stuff on the internet. If you're constantly looking at your phone, right, it hacks your dopamine.
Everyone's telling me how they feel all the time, and I'm like, why don't you go fucking do something? Like, stop.
Do men tell you how they feel?
There's an alarming number of young men who tell you about their anxieties with everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're a dude. You're not supposed to do this. Go fucking do something. Go break a sweat.
Yeah.
Go to Home Depot and go buy something and go bring it home and make it or something. Like, stop fucking sitting around with thinking about all the shit you can't do or don't do or won't do.
Yeah, it's the not doing. It's the not acting on things, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone's living a passive life probably because they're all living a life based on social media and things like that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. You got to have a project. People don't get that part of life.
You need a purpose.
You need a purpose. Yeah. And for me, it's helping others. Just kidding. I like building shit.
You like cars.
I like cars. And driving.
Cars and plumbing.
Oh, yeah. I like PACs.
Yeah, PACs
Volvos. No, you got to have like
interests. You need interests.
You got to have interests, and then you have to have a kind of a. I tell people a beginning, a middle, and an end, and a whatever. You know, the big whatever race is coming up, middle of August. It's the historic race in Monterey, and look, I'm trying to get my car there. And I want to race the car. It's in the back here, but you got to prep it before it goes there because you can't just take it and race it. You have to do all the flush, all the fluids, and do all this stuff. There's a bunch of like prep and like safety stuff. And I'm like starting to think about it now. And I'm like, oh, what kind of tires are they going to let us run this year? They're going to tell you what kind of tires. The tires that are on there are too old. You got to get new tires. You know, blah blah blah. And I was just like. I'm just like thinking about it. And then I was just like thinking about being in the car and being out on the track with 45 other cars and stuff. And I was like, I was thinking about the types of cars that are going to be out there. And it's like, I wonder if I could beat some of those cars in this car and whatever. And I'm already there. I'm like, I need my equipment. I got to get my stuff. I got to get my gear.
You got to fantasize about the future, or you got nothing.
Yeah, it's stuff to do.
Yeah, this study showed that the patients got experienced symptom relief. Yeah,
I'll tell you the problem with. I'll tell you what's going on.
Major depressive disorders.
Too many people are into like other people and stuff. You know what I mean? And like, what's going on with P. Diddy? I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't.
Got off.
Hey, I said that earlier.
I know. I don't fucking have a project. You have a project. You got to get a project going, or you'll go insane. You could be making a documentary. Not on P. Diddy,
I'm not that interested in P. Diddy. For the record,
kind of am.
I'm just saying,
thought it was interesting that he got off. That's all.
I'm saying, like, we're losing it, and dudes are losing it because dudes need projects more than women. Women historically could read a romance novel or something and hang around or something. It was fine. They didn't go out of their fucking bean.
Yeah.
Men need to be physically. Men are basically. They're like a Labrador or something. Like, you got to run those dogs. Like, they got to come back tired. You got to take them out. You got to run them around.
Yeah,
They can't just fucking hang out.
I fought a few men today before I came in.
It's good. You got to run them.
But physicality is always good for depression, even for women too.
Everyone needs it. we took the men, we brought them all indoors. We had them just fucking watch porn on their tablet, and they're fucking they're eating their own brain, and they're telling me all about their anxieties, and I'm like, I don't know what your anxieties are. I don't know what that is. Just fucking go get busy. And then when I'm telling everyone to go fucking get busy, everyone is telling me he doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to go wash his own car. He doesn't have get the guy from TaskRabbit to come over and do that. And I'm like, do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself.
Yeah.
The amount of time people have been like, get them to bring the food. I go, no, go get your own food. Go get it. Go get no, but they'll bring it. Get the TaskRabbit guy to pick up the food on the way to come over. And it's like, I don't do it. I'm telling you, get a fucking project.
Yeah.
You will eat your own brain. Too many guys sitting inside, too much air conditioning, too much phone, too many thoughts, too many. It's this narcissistic thing about what people are saying and whatever.
Yeah.
You need to be, I mean, you just had the great Brad Pitt. He did his F1 movie. The guy's been there, he's done that. And he was like, sitting in that car, that's an experience I've never had in my life. And
what experience?
Him in the car, him in the F1 car.
Oh, you mean not the guy in the commercial you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about Brad Pitt starring in the Volvo commercial.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know it was Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt made an
Didn't recognize him.
Well, he made an F1 movie. I figured it'd been they've shown commercials. It's been around a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Well, even Brad Pitt's going on talk shows talking about his feelings now.
His feeling is when he was sitting in that F1 car, it was nothing. It's like nothing he's ever experienced, and he wasn't thinking about anything at that moment.
Right.
And you need a little bit of that.
Yeah.
A little bit of that. It's not about me. I'm in this moment, and this is what's happening.
The argument for mushrooms, though, is that maybe it could take the place of a lot of drugs, that prescription drugs. People are are also over medicated, so they're all numbed out.
They don't even know where the fuck they are. Everyone's on. Knock it off with all the fucking medications.
Yeah.
Knock it off with all your stomach, and I can't eat this. And here's how this makes. Everything is like. Here's how this makes me feel. Here's how this makes my head feel. And this is how it makes my stomach feel. Knock it off. You're all hypochondriacs. Go fucking break a sweat.
You ate mushrooms before?
I had magic mushrooms back in the
that's
back
what I'm
That's
saying.
what we're talking about.
Well, no, I don't mean like a mushroom omelet. But what I mean is I mean like mushrooms, grown in cow shit, like a handful of like mushrooms.
Not the real stuff.
Well, what do you mean? It's the same thing.
What's the same? They make it.
Psilocybin.
Yeah,
I know, but this shit is
psilocybin.
I know, but this stuff is
something.
Been what is it?
Cultured,
homogenized and powdered and whatever. It tastes good.
They put it in little pellets. That's all.
Yeah, they're talking about
they're chocolate.
They grow them the same way.
I've done it with the chocolate, like the microdosing with the little chocolate.
Yeah, I'm saying I had a handful of fucking. You had to shove peanut butter in them so you could.
Oh, but they got the
them.
technology now.
He's
That's
like, back in my day, we had to grab our own mushrooms from the dirt.
I ate mine straight out of a cow pie.
They didn't come in chocolate.
No, I was like, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, all I'm saying is I know you're talking about magic mushrooms. I'm just saying I physically had a bag of mushrooms, not chocolate pellets or whatever.
Yeah.
But you get to the same place.
And then what? You were happy for years after that, it seems like.
Did it do anything?
Maybe it's time for a revamp.
Did it do anything or no?
One time, I was high on mushrooms, and you gotta worry about mixing your drugs.
Yes.
No,
don't worry, I know.
No, you're not. No, not you. Not you mixing your drugs. You mixing your drugs with the people you're taking drugs with and what drugs they're taking.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
So I was rolling along with my mushrooms and my buddies, feeling pretty good about ourselves. And then my buddy and his girlfriend showed up all coked up.
Oh, no, you can't mix those two.
And now I got the coked up crew and the groovy crew.
No.
And then the coked up crew is like all coked up and we're all grooving out. And then at some point,
That's bad.
I'm in the bathroom with the coked up girlfriend who needed to talk to me.
Why did you go like this?
She needed to talk to me.
It's like boobs.
Talk to me. No, I said me.
No, I know. It just looks like
It's a podcast.
Sorry.
So she needed to talk to me.
Yes.
About my feelings toward her because she knew I didn't like her because she was taking time away from my friend. And I was like, I don't care. I'm having a good time. And she's like, we got to talk. And she's all high on coke. And then my friend, who's all high on coke, is banging on the door. Like, what's going on in there? And she's like, shut up. I'm talking. I'm like, just please.
Chill out.
We're good. We're always good. All's good. I know he's your friend, and I know I'm in his life, and I'm taking you away, taking him away from you because I'm spending time with him and not with you. He's like banging on the door. What's going on? I'm like, Bob, I'm trying to be high on mushrooms here, people.
Yeah.
You're high on coke. Go somewhere else with your coke high.
Yes.
And we're going to go back to Groovyville.
Yeah, you can't mix those two.
So it was a good trip overall then.
Yeah, it sounds like it was tainted.
I saw a couple commercials. I saw a Lee press-on nail commercial where they were putting stick-on Lee nails on their fingers, and I was looking at it. I was like, in our society, we value a kind of a bloody claw look on a woman. It's kind of a weird societal thing.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I don't like that.
Having long, bloody nails why is that attractive to the male species?
God bless America.
So what kind of society have we crafted here that this is somehow important or attractive? They're blood red, like they clawed somebody. Like, why is that attractive? And then the next commercial that came on was a monster truck commercial. And he's coming to the Coliseum or whatever. And they're showing monster trucks, and they were mashing all the small cars, like running over them. And I was like, we like bloody claws and giant trucks mashing little trucks.
It's violence.
We like to smash the little stuff. And I was like all high going, we're kind of a fucked up society.
Yeah, I love our society.
This is our thing. It's a
wow.
Lee press on
Oh my gosh,
nails.
those are so old.
They're so old. And I know this commercial. It's a woman. They're getting ready to go out. And she breaks a nail and she goes, oh, why tonight? And then the husband comes in and goes, what happened? And she's like, I broke a nail. And then she goes, oh. And then she uses her Lee press-on. It wasn't press-on. It was her Lee nail. She fixed it.
Oh, my gosh.
And then the husband comes back, and she shows him, and he goes, you grew a new nail. And she goes, almost. And they leave to go have a good time.
That is so dumb.
I know, but I thought that's what marriage was going to be like. I thought travel was going to be good and marriage was going to be good. I didn't know the realities of
right.
both,
You base life too much on commercials.
Too much.
70s TV.
Did not work out in their department. All right, let's bring it home, Mayhem. I've heard enough.
All right, great. I'm done talking.
All right, I'm going to be in Irvine coming up. That's going to be, let's see, is that this Thursday? Yeah. Doing a live podcast. Is that this Thursday? I think it is with Jay Moore. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then Covina, 2 shows. That'll be Friday and Saturday. That'll be the 11th and the 12th. And that is 2 shows. And then Zanies in Illinois, Rosemont, 16th, doing a live show there. You can go to Carolla.com for all the live shows, and you can go to EricaRhodes.comedy.com for all her live shows as well. Yes. Mayhem, what do you got?
Got MayhemNow.com. It's a crappy website. It looks like it was made on MySpace. Check it out now.
So, till next time, Adam Crow, Mayhem, and Erica Rhodes saying, mahalo.